Hi, I'm Rebecca Sager, and I'm presently teaching at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University in Tallahassee, Florida. But most of my activist work actually began before I had a tenure-track job. I was an independent scholar living in Tallahassee for many years, and I moved there right after the 2000 election debacle, and people in Istanbul, Turkey, where I was living, knew where Tallahassee was, a city of about maybe 150,000 only. And I just knew when I got there I couldn't just be a good scholar. I needed to really be engaged in, civic action work. So I sought out the League of Women Voters, and I actually became very involved with them. I did a lot of lobbying at the state level with the local league, and actually worked on a bill that we got paper ballots in Florida. So it was this kind of thing where there was a real tangible result by all the volunteers really working together. So I think that, and then I served as a voter service chair for the local league, and the president of the local league for 3 years. I just stepped off of the board just this last year. But I'm continuing with the State League to work on voting issues. And it really relates to my research. I did research in Haiti, and just the circumstances of the intersection of poverty and antagonism against the people that I was working with that practice a traditional religious practice, which is considered by Protestants and many other people satanic, etc., backward and degenerate, etc. So particularly after the 2010 earthquake happened, I really turned my research back to figuring out what I could do to leverage what I had learned that was really so good and morally significant in the music that I had studied there. And I actually did a research project that ended up having nothing at all to do with music. I ended up, based on my research and my entree into the communities, did a project, and I still have to bring it to publication, but really looking at civil society and how it actually functions, and being able to interview local elected officials to really examine what their power and agency actually is in their local communities, which is quite significant, and it's completely ignored in the literature, in the nonprofit organizations, and the governmental organizations, quite honestly, that work in Haiti. So that's just I'm still bringing in the Haitian Vodou thing, and wrote a paper relating that to the environment and action in the environment and so on. In other words, there's just a lot of ways, I think, that as ethnomusicologists that we really have to be civically engaged, even if it's outside of the academy, maybe even particularly. Because working on an actual bill in a legislature, doing literal advocacy, lobbying, citizen activism, it's powerful and it has an impact.